Good afternoon, baseball fans. Welcome to the Neighborhood Sports Network, and continuing coverage of the Minnesota State Class B and Class C state baseball amateur tournaments. Every pitch of every game right here on Prep Spotlight, formerly known as PrepSpotlight.tv, now the Neighborhood Sports Network. NSPN.tv, and you are ready for our last game here in the Class C bracket, opening round game. And this one will pit the number 4 seed, the Richmond Royals, out of Region 15 against the number 2 seed in Region 1, the Hinckley Knights. So the managers are meeting with the umpires at home plate here, going over the ground rules. We're starting to see this tournament take shape as 16 first-round games turn into 16 second-round games, as the top 16 teams in each region get a bye. And these play-in games determine who will play them. And now the managers and umpires have broken up their conference, and they're ready to meet the starting lineups here. And let's turn it over to our public address announcer to introduce the lineups here for this one between Richmond and Hinckley.
For our first game today, but we will do starting lineups, and we will do every player on the squad as it is the first round of the tournament. First, for the Richmond Royals, who are the visitors on today's scoreboard, beginning with the reserves. Number 2, Dalton Thielen. Number 3, Carter Drontel. Number 10, Brennan O'Brien. Number 21, Dylan Jude. Number 23, Grady Notch. Number 25, Aaron Buddy. And number 40, DJ Schleicher. The draftees on the Royals are number 16, Adam Niebuhr. Number 22, Adam Winkles. And the other number 22, Brady Kenning. And the player manager is number 4, Blaine Ottman. And now the starting lineup for the Richmond Royals. Batting first, playing third base, number 7, Chase Alshire, pardon me. Batting second, number 31, the right fielder, Cameron Miller. Batting third and catching tonight, number 22, Cole Schmitz. Batting fourth, number 11, the first baseman, Sam Holthouse. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 12, Justin Schroeder. He bats for number 27, the pitcher, Luke Jokla. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 13, Kyle Buddy. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 5, Dusty Adams. Batting eighth, number 1, the center fielder, Carter Thielen. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 8, Adam Box. Those are your Richmond Royals. And now the roster in the lineup for the Hinckley Knights, who will be home on the scoreboard today. First, the reserve for Hinckley. Number 25, Josh Tom. Number 53, Isaac Lenzen. Number 6, Cade Thurns. Number 5, Noah Furcht. Number 11, Brady Johnson. Number 14, Des Letexier. Number 4, Cole Andrews. Number 32, Griffin Steele. Number 12, Matt Storley. Number 27, Everett Osmus. Number 31, Jacob Perotti. Number 8, Ryan Plachek. Number 13, Nick Classic. The draftees on the Knights: number 7, Chase Oslin; number 1, Damon Rademacher; and number 5, Tanner Vogel. Now the starting lineup for the Hinckley Knights. Batting first and playing left field, number 18, Max Sickler. Batting second and catching, number 3, Trevor Johnson. Batting third, the third baseman, number 21, Isaac Hans. Batting fourth, the second baseman, number 29, Corey Schmidt. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 16, Sean Osmond. Batting sixth, number 30, the center fielder, T.J. Johnson. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 24, Lucas Willis. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 10, Jared Brennan. Running bats for the pitcher, number 28, Ben Sickler. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 15, Isaiah Brennan. The Knights are named by Ted Collins. Those are your lineups. It's now time to play baseball.
All right, they are announced to play baseball. The Richmond Royals taking on the Hinckley Knights here. The winner moves on to play the top seed from Region 9A, the Dumont Saints, next Sunday, 1:30 at Faribault. And we'll have the first pitch for you here on the Neighborhood Sports Network after this word from NSPN.TV.
Baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV. Welcome to the neighborhood. Now, let's get out to the ballpark.
All right, it's time to play ball here from Jack Ruhr Field in Miesville. Opening round action in the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament. The Richmond Royals taking on the Hinckley Knights. Hinckley will be the home team based on the virtue of a higher seed coming out of their region. And we open up with Ben Sickler. 2 balls and no strikes to Chase Alshire. And that pitch is down and in, so 3 balls, no strikes here to Alshire, leading things off for Richmond. Strike on the outside corner. So we've got to complete 16 first-round games here to set up our second-round matchups against those top seeds that get a bye into that second round. And a 5-pitch walk to Chase Alshire against Ben Sickler. Sickler, the crafty veteran for Hinckley. He will face Cameron Miller. Miller tries to drag a bunt down that first baseline. Bunts it foul. Miller, Rocori High School, so quite a few players here represented by Rocori High School. Blaine St. Cloud Apollo. Justin Schrader from ACGC Atwater Cosmos Grove City. Pulls back from that one, does Miller, so even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Smattering of college representation from these players. One of our last opening round games here. Again, Miller squares the bunt. Sickler having difficulty here honing in on the strike zone. Walked Alshire on 5 pitches, now down 2 balls and 1 strike to Cameron Miller. And Miller again squares the bunt and pulls back from that one, so it's 3 balls and 1 strike, and Sickler not happy with himself, snatched that return throw from Johnson out of the air. So working from the stretch here. Misses outside on that one, so back-to-back walks to open things up here for Richmond. It's like a partisan Hinckley crowd here today, and a number of fans coming down from 35W here to cheer on their Hinckley Knights. Right now they have seen their starting pitcher, Ben Sickler, walk the first 2 batters. And now I'll have to deal with Cole Schmitz, where Corey grad played at St. Cloud Technical College, another Cyclone represented here. What a great baseball program they have built up there at St. Cloud, and that one spins up and hits Cole Schmitz in the back. So the bases are now loaded, a very quick trip to the mound from the manager of the Hinckley Knights. Try to settle down Ben Sickler here. Walked Chase Alshire on 5 pitches, walked Cameron Miller on 5 pitches, and hits Cole Schmitz with his first offering, so digging himself quite the little hole here. Sam Holtoss, St. Cloud Apollo and the University of St. Thomas, left-handed batter, now will step in. So really an opportunity here for Richmond to make an opening inning statement against Hinckley. Sickler will go from the windup here, and again, misses badly with that offering. So 10 pitches and just 2 strikes so far for Sickler, and Holtoss.
Please return all foul balls to the concession stand. There is a prize.
Fouls that one back and out of play. That curveball coming right in on Holtoss. Again, another curveball catches the letters. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. That time Sickler kind of snatched the ball out of the air, almost in disgust, like what have I been doing here for the first 3 batters. But now ahead of the next one, 1-2, check swing. They're going to check, and they say no, he did not go. So high fastball. Holtoss really had to hold up to keep from swinging at that one. Good pitch from Sickler there, trying to get Holtoss to chase it something up and out of the zone. And that pitch is in the dirt, so now we go full. So Sickler went up high, tried to get Holtoss to chase something high in the zone, and then spun a curveball. Trying to get him to chase in the dirt, but Holtoss, good discipline, has now run the count full. And ball 4 on the outside, so the first run of the game comes without the ball ever having been put in play. Sickler really struggling to find the strike zone early here.
Number 12, Justin Schroeder.
And Justin Schroeder will step in. Ground ball, could be 2. Out of second for 1. Having trouble handling it is Brennan, but Schmidt to Brennan over to Asmus, and it's a 4-6-3 double play. First pitch swinging, Justin Schrader grounds into the double play. A run does score. Cameron Miller comes across with the second run of the inning, but no RBI for Schroeder as he grounds into the double play inning, or double play that was desperately needed by Hinckley there. on the play. Moving up to third was Schmidt. And curveball in there for a strike from Sickler to Kyle. Booty. Pop up in the infield. Way up in the air. Asmus gets under it and makes the catch. So after walking the first 4 batters, or 2 walks and a hit batsman, Richmond hits into the double play ball. So that really helped minimize the damage. And a pop-up to end the inning. Richmond does come up with 2 runs. Could have been a lot worse. Bases loaded, nobody out, walk in a run, and then give up just 1 more on the double play ball. So Richmond now will spot their starting pitcher, Luke Jackola, with 2 runs to start this one. Jackola. Corey High School, St. Cloud Technical College. Jackola will face a lineup of Max Sickler, Trevor Johnson, Isaiah Haas, Corey Schmidt, Sean Osmus, TJ Johnson, Lucas Willis, Jared Brennan, Isaiah Brennan. The designated hitter is Jaron Brennan, and he hits for the starting pitcher, Ben Sickler. So Jackola, the left-hander, has been spotted a 2-0 lead.
The left fielder, number 18, Max Sickler.
Max Sickler will step in. Sickler from Cambridge. No college listed for Sickler. First pitch is off the outside corner for a ball. So Hinckley finds themselves down by a couple here. Could have been a lot worse. Pitcher Ben Sickler really dug down deep, rolled over a double play ball, and then got a fly out. Now a fly ball out into center field. Thielen gets under it and makes the catch. So first out, fly out to center field off the bat of Max Sickler, and Trevor Johnson will step in defensively for Richmond. Cole Schmitz behind the plate. Sam Holtoss at first. Kyle Booty at second. Chase Alshire at third base. And a box at shortstop. Dusty Adams, Carter Thielen, and Cameron Miller from left to right in the outfield. Johnson takes strike 1 and then ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one is going to be down low in the zone to Trevor Johnson. Johnson, Hinckley High School. Line drive out into right center field, but Thielen will run that one down. So well hit, but just a little too much underneath that one that allowed the center fielder, Carter Thielen, to run that one down and make the catch off the jump of the bat. A number of Hinckley fans were excited thinking that one was headed for a gap, but Thielen ran it down. Now ground ball to short. Comes up hard on the shortstop. That's Box, but he handles it and on to first for an inning ground out. So 3 quick outs for Hinckley after Richmond put 2 on the board in their half of the inning. So we are through 1 inning of play, and Richmond leads this one 2-0 back to Jack Ruhr Field in Miesville after this timeout on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
So Dusty Adams will step in, leading off for Richmond. They sent 6 batters to the plate, but the first 4 reached on free passes, 3 walks and a hit batsman, and now a jam shot off the bat of Adams out to the shortstop Brennan. He puts that one away, so now 4 outs in the last 3 batters for Hinckley. Let's set the defense for the Knights here. Catcher Trevor Johnson, first base Sean Osmus, second base Corey Schmidt, third baseman Isaiah Haas, shortstop Isaiah Brennan, Max Sickler, TJ Johnson, and Lucas Willis left to right in the outfield. Swing and a miss by Carter Thielen, and then a curveball spun in there by Sickler. So the veteran Sickler has kind of settled down here. Line drive off the glove of Sickler. Going to go to Brennan. Hard throw to first, and they say they got him. So 1-6-3 will be the putout on Carter Thielen. And boy, the shortstop Isaiah Brennan showed off his arm there. Ben Sickler just kind of nonchalantly put his glove up, thought he was going to catch it, knocked it down. It rolled out towards second base. And Brennan slid over and fired an absolute pill to Osmus at first base to get the hustling Carter Thielen running down the line. Ah, here's a base hit right back up the box from Adam Box. And it's a 2-out single for the number 9 hitter in the order, and it'll turn things back over to the top.
Number 7, Chase Elshire.
Chase Elshire. He walked on 5 pitches, came around to score on the bases loaded walk to Sam Holtas. The pitch misses in. Sickler doesn't like that one. He thought that pitch caught the inside corner. He'll turn around, rub that baseball down, but the crafty veteran will retake the mound. Spins a curveball wide. So 7 pitches to Chase Elshire, and 6 of them have been out of the strike zone. Hard ground ball out to second, and it comes up on the second baseman, Schmidt. He lets it play him a little bit out there, and it trickles through him, so an error keeps the inning alive for Cameron Miller. Tall lefty Miller now bats with runners at first and second. So the air keeps the inning alive here. Little jam shot floater out into center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. So Miller just got a jam shot there and got it just over the outstretched glove of the second baseman, Schmidt. Hustling right off the crack of the bat. Adam Box is able to come around and score. So Miller the 2-out RBI single. And Richmond now has added 1 in the second to the 2 they got in the first, and it's 3-0. And Cole Schmitz will step in for Richmond. Line drive out into right center field. That's going to get to the gap. 1 run is in. We'll keep an eye on Miller here. Miller comes around, and he is going to score on a long single by Cole Schmitz. 2-run score on the single, so they did a good job of getting the ball back into the infield and holding Schmitz to a single, but Cameron Miller with those long loping strides was able to come around from first and score on the base hit by Schmitz. So it looked like just a little nondescript inning. First 2 outs are recorded, but then 2 straight hits, and the door was opened up on the air by the second baseman, Corey Schmitz. Richmond takes full advantage. 3 runs. After 2 are out here. Cole Schmitz is at first, and that one gets through the catcher, Johnson. Goes to the backstop, so Schmitz will just saunter his way out to second base. And now another runner in scoring position with a 2-ball, 1-strike count to Sam Holtas. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Holtas very unhappy with himself. He thought he got a pitch there that he should have handled. So the Eagle from St. Cloud Apollo and the Tommy from St. Thomas University disappointed that he didn't do a little bit more with that pitch. This one comes in and inside. They're trying to say, he's trying to sell that it hit him, and our home plate umpire is saying absolutely not. Did not see that ball hit you. They will check with the base umpire and see if he can help him out here. But right now, the home plate umpire is saying, I did not see Holtas get hit by the pitch. It will be a 3-ball, 2-strike count if they deem that Holtas was not hit by that pitch from Sickler. So a long discussion ensuing here when really there's only one question to answer. Did you see him get hit by the pitch or did you not? Maybe they're going over what the rule is, and now they are going to say that the base umpire saw Holtas get hit by the pitch. Good sales job, if nothing else, there by Holtas. Would have been a 3-2 count. Now they're going to have to explain it to the manager for the Hinckley Knights. He's going to understand why you are going to allow a base umpire to overrule somebody who's standing right there. And really, you're not as much looking to see if it hit, because you're trying to look at the straight, but it's the sound. Do you hear like bang, bang, hit something and then the catcher's glove? That, to me, is the easiest way from behind home plate to determine whether or not the batter was hit by the pitch or not. It's really more the sound than it is the visual, obviously, unless it hits the batter hard and just goes dead on the ground. But when it just ticks off of a part of the body, it's a sound more than it is a visual about whether or not they were hit. And now first pitch swinging, Justin Schroeder chops one off of his foot. So Schroeder, a little bit of a tough day at the plate. The ACGC high school graduate and Ridgewater College in Wilmer college player. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the first, and now ricochets one off his back foot. Off-speed pitch from Sickler, hangs up in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Schroeder. Runners at first and second. Schmitz and Holtas. Curveball catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the number 5 hitter, designated hitter, Justin Schroeder. Turns on one, yanks it down the line, and it's fair. Just inside the foul pole there. 1 hops off the fence. Schrader's going to check into second with a double. Cole Schmitz comes around to score. Sam Holtas checks in at third. It's an RBI double for Justin Schroeder. And the air by the second baseman Schmitz has really come back to haunt the Hinckley Knights here. All of these runs are unearned against Ben Sickler, but at this point in the season, nobody cares about that. All they know is that it's a 4-run second inning when the inning should have been over, and we play on. So pitching change coming. We'll take a timeout here and come back and give you the information about the new pitcher when we return to Jack Ruhr Field in Miesville after this timeout.
PrepSpotlight.tv made history in 2020 by live streaming every game of the Town Ball State Tournament. History is happening again. PrepSpotlight.tv has been great, but it's becoming greater. Introducing NSPN.tv. The Neighborhood Sports Network launches this week with end-to-end coverage of a fantastic Minnesota sports tradition, Town Ball. See every game for a new fan-friendly monthly fee. Join for Town Ball State Tournament games, then stay for the high school and college seasons. NSPN.tv will provide subscribers with an abundant supply of local sports content, featuring live events called by local play-by-play professionals, comprehensive highlights, featured stories, weekly shows, documentaries, and video podcasts. Welcome to the neighborhood. NSPN.tv.
Is in relief of Ben Sickler. Runners at second and third, 9th batter in the inning. Kyle Booty takes a strike. So Oslin, the right-handed pitcher from Mora High School and DCTC College, and fires in another strike to Booty. No balls and 2 strikes. Booty popped out to first to end the first inning. And that one goes to the backstop. Thinking about coming home is Holtas, but not a lot of room behind home plate here. So Sam Holtas decided to hold up at third base. So trying to get Kyle Booty to chase something out of the zone there. Oslin uncorked one. It went to the backstop past the catcher Johnson, but he was able to hustle back and keep Holtas from trying to score the 5th run of the inning. Curveball hangs up in the zone, but really busts in on the hands of Kyle Booty, and all he can do is fight that one off and chop it foul over towards the Hinckley dugout. So consecutive games here where the visiting team has jumped all over the home team, and a curveball misses there. Hinckley fans and the Hinckley dugout starting to get very restless here with our home plate umpire. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Booty. I think Booty might have even thought that one was a strike, so caught a little bit of a break here. That curveball stays up high. And another batter attempting to steal first base for Richmond. Just a 3-ball count here. I don't think Booty can sell that he was hit by that pitch there. So he'll stay in the box at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oslin trying to get Hinckley out of this inning. So Oslin pitches for Kwamba. during the regular season, but Quamba did not qualify for the playoffs, so he was available to be drafted, and they drafted him. And now Booty can take off his accoutrement, take first base, and the 10th batter of the inning, Dusty Adams, will step in with the bases loaded.
Dusty Adams.
So in our previous game here in the Class C tournament, it was Hutchinson scored 2 in the first and 6 in the second to take an 8-0 lead. Now here in the ensuing game, it's 2 in the first and 4 in the second, with the bases still loaded for the Richmond Royals on top of Hinckley. It rolls it over to first base. That'll be handled by Osmus. He'll take it himself, and that'll do it. So 2 outs in the inning made by Dusty Adams.
Richmond 6, Hinckley 0. Every game in every class in the state amateur baseball tournament.
So that'll do it in the top half of inning number 2, but the Richmond Royals chase the starter, Ben Sickler, leave the bases loaded, but come up with 4 big runs. And after an inning and a half, they lead this one 6-0, and we'll come back to Jack Ruhr Field in Miesville with the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament after this timeout.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
Leading off, the bottom of the second for the Hinckley Knights, second baseman, 29, Corey Schmidt.
All right, so once again, we're almost twice through the lineup for Richmond, and this is just the 4th batter of the game for Hinckley, as Luke Jockola has now been spotted a 6-run lead, 4 hits. Richmond has been the beneficiary of 4 walks, 2 hits batsman, and a huge error committed out at second base. Now a pop-up in the infield. Drifting over is the second baseman, Booty, and he will put that one away.
Now batting for the Hinckley Knights.
So Corey Schmidt.
First baseman, number 16, Sean Osmus.
Pops that one up in the infield, and second baseman Booty with an easy play. One away here now, bottom half. Inning number 2, and Sean Osmus, the first baseman, will step in. Strike on the outside corner. So right now, really the job of Luke Jockola is just pound that strike zone. Force Hinckley to beat you with the bat. Osmus shoots that one foul down the first base line. No balls and 2 strikes now. Jockola, the lefty, comes right after Sean Osmus, and Osmus turns it around for a base hit up the middle. So first base runner of the game is a 1-out single for Sean Osmus. TJ Johnson now will step in. Johnson, Hinckley High School and Concordia College. Doesn't say whether that's Moorhead or St. Paul, but having gone to high school in Hinckley, I'm inclined to believe that that would be Concordia Moorhead. Takes a strike from Jockola. Off-speed pitch smothered by Schmitz there. Keep Osmus at first base. good lead over there for Osmus at first base. Another pitch that misses down in the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. The number 6 hitter in the Hinckley lineup, T.J. Johnson. Down and away. 3 balls and a strike now. After getting ahead of Johnson, 3 straight bad ones here from Jokla. Comes right at Johnson, and Johnson sends that one deep to left field and into the cornfield over the big left field wall out there. So T.J. Johnson got a 3-1 fastball to his liking and drilled it over that left field fence for a 2-run home run, and it's now 6-2. So Hinckley, a little momentum back on their side as T.J. Johnson with a no-doubter over the left field fence. About an 8-foot high fence all the way around from right field until you hit just past left center field. Then there's a second panel that goes up another 8 feet, and then you've got another panel that probably goes up another 3, and then one that goes more, so probably 20 feet high is that left field wall, the home of the Mud Hens, Jack Ruhr Field, written over the top of it, and T.J. Johnson had no problem putting that one up and over the top of that fence. And now Lucas Willis ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes, and strike on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike to Lucas Willis. Pitch misses just off the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. That one misses off the outside corner. So a very, very tight strike zone both ways here by our home plate umpire. Not a fan, to be honest with you. I'd like to see those umpires give an inch or two. Really, technically, any part of the ball over any part of the plate is a strike. So here at amateur ball, it's all about swinging the bat. So I'd like to see those home plate umpires be a little bit more generous to the pitchers versus the other way around. Enough of a disadvantage here for these pitchers, so I don't want to belabor the point, but boy, from this vantage point, both of those pitches looked very good. Now 2 balls and no strikes to Jared Brennan, the designated hitter. So T.J. Johnson maybe a little rattled after that moonshot of a home run. Or Luke Jokla may be a little rattled after the moonshot of a home run from T.J. Johnson, but comes in with a strike to Jared Brennan, so 2-1, but fell behind Lucas Willis. 2-0, fired a strike, and then just barely missed with 2 straight to give Willis a free pass. After retiring the first 4, it's 3 straight now who have reached base. And there's a strike called to Brennan. See, this is where the frustration comes in. The pitchers almost expect the batter expects almost every pitch to be a ball, and when it gets called a strike, they show frustration. Ground ball to third. Second for 1, on to first. That is not a double play as the throw is short hopped over there to Holtoss. Good hustle by Schmitz, the catcher, to run down and back it up. So a good throw from Booty would have definitely completed the double play on Brennan, but he short hopped it, and Holtoss trying to scoop that one up, let it sneak off the end of his glove. So just 1 outscored here on that play. Force out 5-4 on Willis. There's a strike in to Brennan. Now that said, it is kind of part of the pitcher's job too to be around that plate if you're missing badly on a consistent basis, it's also hard for that umpire to get into a rhythm of calling pitches. So as long as you're around that plate, you can really help that umpire get into that mode of wanting to get up and call strikes. But when you're all over the place and then suddenly you put one on the corner, sometimes catches that umpire off guard. So really it's up to the pitcher, in this case Luke Chocala, to try to stop nibbling and maybe be a little tighter around that strike zone. Fly ball lifted down the right field line by Isaiah Brennan.
If you win the race to the ball, bring it to the concession stand
Brennan,
for a prize. Thanks for your help.
still a high school player here. Plays shortstop for Hinckley. One ball and two strikes. Runner fakes going. Curveball hit up the middle. Second for one, and that's all they need to get because there's two away as Schmidt had popped out for the first out of the inning. So 6-4 on the putout of Brennan, but on the big mammoth home run off the bat of TJ Johnson, Hinckley has cut this deficit down to 4. It's 6-2, and we'll come back with the top half of inning number 3 after this word on Neighborhood Sports Network.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
Hitting off the top of the third inning for the Richmond Royals, center fielder number 1, Carter Thielen.
Carter Thielen will lead off the third after Richmond sent 10 batters to the plate in inning number 2 and chased the starter, Ben Sickler, and so they handed off to one of their draftees, Chase Osland. TJ Johnson helping his cause with a 2-run home run to inch a little bit closer here at 6-2. Osland finds the strike zone, now misses away. Osland, Dakota County Technical College out of Mora High School, the Mustang. 2-ball, 1-strike count now to Thielen. Thielen swings and misses, kind of falling back on that swing was Carter Thielen, Ricori and Ridgewater Technical College. Swing and a miss. Osland really reached back for something extra there.
Next for the
And got Thielen.
Shortstop.
On a strikeout.
Box.
And a box. Steps in. Singled and scored in that 4-run second inning. Curveball in there for a strike. So now maybe our home plate umpire is getting into that strike calling mode here. As Osland working quickly. Bunt attempt is going to just go foul. So Box tried to lay one down that third baseline. Really not a bad bunt attempt. Old coach I used to know would say you either put that ball right down the line or bunt it foul. If you're going to bunt for a base hit, you bunt it anywhere back towards the mound, you're not going to get a hit. So while you don't need to be 100% perfect, you do want to lay it down close to the line, but Box goes after a fastball and swings through it. So 2 batters and 2 strikeouts here for Osland.
Chase Elshire.
Chase Elshire will step in Alshire walked and scored in the first, and then he's the one who hit that ground ball that was booted out at second base by Schmidt and opened up the door for a 4-run inning. Now ground ball to short. Brennan has it. Good footwork by the youngster. Throws it across, so a quick top half of the third inning for Richmond. And Hinckley is right back into the dugout, so maybe a little momentum starting to sway towards the Hinckley Knights here as we work our way through this first round of the Class C tournament. All of the winners in this one get the top seeds from the 16 regions around the state. Few scores haven't heard or seen reported yet, but for the most part, a lot of our matchups are set. Loretto will take on Bird Island, the Bullfrogs. Watkins wins. They'll get the Red Wing Aces. Webster will get the Monticello Polecats. Cold Spring is a winner. They take on Watertown, so one Cold Spring team still alive. We saw the Springers lose out of the Class B tournament here yesterday. Stark, the Longhorns, winner over Maple Grove. They'll get the Bemidji Blue Ox. Buckman is a winner. They get the Laverne Redbirds. Fergus Falls, they get the winner of Waconia and Union Hill. So that's the top half of this Class C bracket.
Number 18, Max Sickler.
So Max Sickler will lead things off here. Fly ball, left field, drifting back. Getting just to the edge of the warning track is the left fielder, Dusty Adams.
Now batting for the Hinckley Knights, catcher number 3, Trevor Johnson.
And Sickler has flown out to center and now to left in that leadoff spot. And Trevor Johnson will step in. Strike called. Johnson gives a little shake of the head at the home plate umpire, but by the time we start seeing that right hand get lifted up a little more frequently, Johnson just drops the barrel of the bat on it and gets that one, muscles it out into center field for a base hit. So Trevor Johnson, Hinckley High School.
Knights, the third baseman, number 21, Isaiah Haas.
And now Isaiah Haas will step in. Another young player here, high schooler, not yet graduated. Pitches in the dirt, blocked by Schmitz. From the stretch, Jockola misses down low again. So Jockola, the runner over there at first base. Decent lead for Trevor Johnson. And a strike on the outside corner. Good 2-0 pitch from Jockola there. Fastball running away from the youngster Isaiah Haas. Haas a little late at that offering. Shoots it foul down the right field line. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Curveball. Jockola is the only one who could make this play, and he does. Good play by Jockola, pouncing off of the mound. Because if that one gets past Jockola, no chance for Alshire or Box to make a play on that one. And Corey Schmidt will step in. Schmidt popped out to second base, leading off the second inning. Chopper wide of the bag at third. Alshire fields it and tosses it back to Jockola, so 1 strike now to number 4 hitter in the lineup for Hinckley, Corey Schmidt. Swing and a miss by Schmidt. Annandale High School and Itasca Community College for Schmidt. Chases an off-speed pitch up in the zone, flings the bat away, knows that he went after a bad pitch there, so the 1-out single is stranded at second base.
The official bat of the Minnesota Baseball Association.
And we are through 3 innings of play. Richmond Royals lead Hinckley 6-2, and it's back to Jack Ruhr Field in Minnewaska after this timeout.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Got a guy.
How tall is that guy?
It's tall.
Wow.
I think he drank a water.
Yeah, what was that guy's name? Goose, not Goose. The bird.
Mark Fidrich.
Yeah.
He's got a little Mark Fidrich to him.
Like that. Yeah.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning for the Richmond Royals, right fielder, number 31, Cameron Miller.
Right, Cameron Miller steps in. 2 runs scored for Cameron Miller. He singled in a run in that 4-run second inning and walked and scored in the 2-run first inning for the Richmond Royals. Strike called after he swinging a chopper behind home plate, so no balls, 2 strikes. So Chase Oslin has really come in here and fired strikes for the Hinckley Knights, even though he pitches for something called Kwamba. I thought that's what you used in a dish instead of rice. Miller goes the other way on a high pitch. Drifting over is Sickler. He'll reach up and put that one away.
Coming to the plate next for the Richmond
They
Royals.
retire Cameron Miller for the first time
Cole Schmitz.
in the day. He did have a game earlier today where Zach Ryerson from Wilmer, the leadoff batter, came to the plate 7 times and reached first base all 7 times. Did so in a variety of manners as well, but pretty tough to beat that day at the plate. 7 times up and 7 times just on first base. No extra base hits. Just got the first base every time. I guess that is the job of a leadoff hitter. A strike called. And then a strike. Might have said he swung at that pitch, did Cole Schmitz. Didn't like the call. That one's down in the zone. Johnson goes down and blocks that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Cole Schmitz, the catcher for Richmond, been hit by a pitch. Sounds like that one went right off the mask of our home plate umpire. So he hands the ball to the catcher, and he'll take a little walkabout and shake that one off. Both catchers asking their buddy in blue if he's okay and ready to go. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pfister over towards the first base coaching box. So Schmitz just stays alive here. Schmitz had a long 2 RBI single as Cameron Miller scored all the way from first base on the single by Schmitz. Now an excuse me swing again down towards first base. So Schmitz continuing to battle here with Chase Oslin. Oslin, the tall drink of water on the mound. Again, another chopper foul, so Oslin's going to try to find some sort of a put-away pitch here against Cole Schmidt. Obviously, a tough out is Schmidt, number 3 hitter in the order for Corey in St. Cloud Technical College. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout, and the throw down to first, and now our first base umpire is going to say it was a foul ball. So again, some words between the Hinckley dugout and our umpiring crew. Second time here that the home plate umpire has had to come in and give assistance to the home plate, or the base umpires had to give assistance to the home plate umpire. And now they say that Cole Schmitz did swing at that offering up in the strike zone from Oslin.
For the Richmond Royals, first baseman.
3 of the last 4 outs for Chase Oslin, the strikeout variety. And Sam Holtoss will step in, so Oslin so far doing a nice job holding Richmond at bay here. Holtoss watches that curveball. Crossover home plate, nods in approval at the home plate umpire's strike call. Well, there's a pitch, check swing. They say might have missed up in the zone. Even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch misses outside. Again, Oslin doesn't believe it, so it's not really a good sign when both teams aren't real happy with the strike zone. Curveball again. Big cut by Holtoss, but just chops it foul for the catcher, Johnson. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Six batters in a row retired by Oslin here. Right up towards the press box here. Ricochets off the press box and back into play. Umpire will look at that one. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Holtoss. Curveball curves around the plate. Oslin thought he had that one, but there's been a lot of pitches today where the pitcher has thought they've had it and our home plate umpire has disagreed. So we're full now, 3-2. Pitch is high to Holtoss, so 2 walks and hit by a pitch for Sam Holtoss.
Now batting for the Richmond Royals, designated hitter number 12, Justin Schroeder.
2 out base runner for Justin Schroeder. Schroeder had a ringing double that drove in a run in the 4-run second inning. Oslin misses that one way up and out of the strike zone. He actually kind of does what the catcher will do, puts his own hands up and says, I know, bring it down, bring it down. So takes that throw back from Johnson, and he's set to go. Curveball. Seems like Oslin has almost more confidence to throw a strike in that curveball than he does his fastball right now. Whenever he needs a strike, it seems like he spins that curveball in there. And throw over to first. Diving back in is Holtas. So with 2 away here, it is a possible opportunity to run, especially now with 2 strikes on the number 5 hitter, Schroeder. So try to get yourself out into scoring position. And if you do happen to get thrown out stealing, well, then the number 5 hitter will be the leadoff batter in the next inning with a fresh, clean count. So we'll keep an eye on Holtas, see if he doesn't go. He does not. And Schroeder fouls that one back to the screen. So just absolutely no wind right now. Both of the flags down the left field line and back behind us in front of the fire department and city hall lay absolutely limp. Schroeder can't get on top of a breaking ball here. Pop up in the infield. Brennan will step in front of the runner, Holtas, and put it away. So nothing for Richmond here in the top half of the 4th inning. So Chase Oslin has done a good job coming in relief and shutting down Richmond. So timeout here on the field and timeout on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Back to Miesville after this timeout.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
We head to the bottom of the 4th, and Osmus, TJ Johnson, and Lucas Willis. So it was Osmus with a 1-out single in the 2nd, and TJ Johnson followed with an absolute moon blast over the left field wall. It cut a 6-0 deficit down to 6-2, and rolling one over down the 3rd baseline is Osmus, but it's wide of the bag and foul. So Al Shire didn't dive for that ball, but had it been fair, I think Al Shire would have had a very fair chance of making that play. Strike 1, and now Jockola tries to spin another curveball in there, but doesn't get a good firm grip on it. It just kind of spins well outside of the strike zone. Off-speed pitch has Osmus well out in front of that one. Chopped it foul over towards the Hinckley dugout, or make that the Richmond dugout. One ball, 2 strikes now. Staying alive, following it back and out of play is Osmus.
Back to the concession stand. You may win a prize. Thanks for your help.
Curveball swung on and missed, so a heavy dose of off-speed pitches to Sean Osmus gets him to strike out. So we got him well out onto that front foot, and Osmus just couldn't stay back enough.
Center fielder number 30, T.J. Johnson.
And T.J. Johnson will step in. I think Richmond is very happy to see Johnson step up with nobody on base, and Johnson with a big hack. He was trying to cut into this deficit by 1 more runs with 1 swing of the bat there, but swung through it. Fastball up high in the zone from Jokala. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Kind of short arming that one was Jokala. 2 balls, 1 strike. It was a 3-1 fastball that TJ Johnson just turned around and rode out of here for the 2 runs for Hinckley. Now that one's just off the outside part of the plate. So once again, Johnson's going to get a 3-1 pitch here. I'm going to be willing to bet that they're going to go curveball here, off speed. They go fastball up in the zone, but it misses. So Hinckley will take the base runner in Johnson, and Lucas Willis
Right fielder number 24, Lucas Willis.
will step in. Willis from Grantsburg, Wisconsin, played ball at St. Cloud Technical and Community College. Check swing and a called strike. Jokala, lefty against lefty, gets ahead here in the count. Throw over to check on Johnson. He's back in standing. Decent lead for Johnson. Not a big lead by any stretch of the imagination, but doubt that he's going anywhere. Down by 4 runs here. That pitch is down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Time is called. I think that's catcher Schmitz who requested that one. So Willis will step out of the batter's box and now be resituated. Jokala, the lefty, again, kind of short arms it every once in a while. It's like when he wants to go off speed. I don't know if that's a split finger that he's trying to throw or what, but you can see him kind of short arm it, and he bounced that one in a number of different times. And when he kind of reaches back for something extra, he's been apt to miss up in the zone. So really trying to find some sort of command, and fortunately for you viewers at home, they go to check on the runner while the parade of people head down to the concession stand or somewhere. In front of our camera now, again, missing outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Jokala struggling to find the strike zone here. Walked TJ Johnson on 5 pitches, now behind 3 balls and 1 strike. Misses down low again. So a little stirring over there in the Richmond dugout. Looks like they're going to get somebody up and be warming up in the pen down there. Thing is, when you can draft additional pitchers, you do have a little bit more flexibility than you probably have during a regular season type of a game. Most of these teams do draft additional pitching rather than hitting. Somebody plays the whole year for you, it's hard to all of a sudden tell them, oh, you can't play anymore. We drafted somebody else off another team for the state tournament. So most of the time they, respect the players who played all season. But when you need arms, you need arms. And right now they are going to send one of their drafted players down to start warming up as Jared Brennan steps in. Looks at a pitch low in the zone. So after striking out Osmus with a slew of off-speed pitches, Jokala is having trouble finding the strike zone here. Walked Johnson and Willis on 5 pitches each. And now misses to Brennan, so 9 of his last 11 pitches have been ball pitches. Brennan turns on one down the left field line, but it's hooking and foul. Goes off of that shorter fence that runs down the left field line from the third base dugout. So Brennan got a pitch he liked there. pulled it foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Our umpire is trying to tell the scoreboard operator that the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. They have 0-2 up there. You don't want people to be confused. Now they're fixing it. Brennan tries to bunt, bunts right through it, and then was able to at least hit the ground with his bat, not the baseball, as he was a little bit disgusted with himself for not getting that bunt down there. So now behind in the count is Brennan, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Once again, that short arm pitch in the dirt from Jokela. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Brennan, college ball at Winona State. Again, every time that Jokela doesn't extend on that pitch, he throws it down into the dirt. So it's a full count now. In jeopardy of walking the bases loaded and bringing the tying run up to the plate. Fly ball, left center field, drifting over is Thielen. In the shade of the tree out there, makes the catch, gets it back into the shortstop box. So a big pitch to get it out there against Brennan.
Number 15, Isaiah Brennan.
And Isaiah Brennan will step in. So I'm sure that Jared Brennan not happy with himself on that one either. He was disappointed that he didn't get a bunt attempt down, but there got a really good pitch at 3-2 and just got under it and lifted it into shallow left center field. No problem for center fielder Thielen to get underneath that one. And once again, Jokela misses down in the dirt, so really putting his catcher Schmitz to the test. There's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the youngster, Isaiah Brennan. Shortstop, plays a good shortstop for Hinckley. Plays I've seen him make, very fundamental. Takes a high pitch and lifts it down the right field line, giving chase are Holtoss and Miller, but neither one are going to get there in time, and it just falls foul. One ball, 2 strikes now. They'll get that ball back in play. New ball there as that one ricocheted off of the fence down there, our right field line. Isaiah Brennan, number 9 hitter in the order for the Knights. Down and in. And Schmitz had to go down to block that one. I think he got that one directly into the glove, but not in the dirt, but still had to slide over to keep that one in front. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Brennan lifts another one fouled on that right field line.
Be sure to share, but once you get it, bring it to the concession stand for a prize. Thanks for returning all foul balls to the concession stand.
Count remains here at 2-2 to Isaiah Brennan. Down and in. So we go full, running start now for TJ Johnson and Lucas Willis. So certainly anything into the outfield would play to run here. Infielders return to their normal positions. Don't really have to worry about Johnson at second. And that pitch is down low for ball 4. Bases loaded for the top of the order here. Oh, they had somebody warming in the bullpen down there. Probably trying to tell them, let's go. Crank it up, get that arm loose. It's one of their drafted players. Strike on the outside corner. So it's either Adam Winkles or Adam Niebauer, both from Farming. the Farming Flames, who is warming down in the pen. So Sickler pops it up in the infield. Booty calls for it and makes it. So Sickler went down after a pitch, kind of down at his feet. Got underneath it, lifted up in the infield, was very disappointed in himself, leaving the bases loaded. And we stay right here at a 6-2 count as we are through 4 innings of play. We'll head to the top of the 5th, back with more action for you from the Class C Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted.
Feels like dinner time, it is. Make sure you stop by the concession stand. The folks are friendly, the beer is cold, and the food sure is tasty. Stop down there right now and get yourself some ballpark chow. Thanks for coming out to Jack Ruhr Field.
Yeah, he's their manager. He is.
Let's give a round of applause to our grounds crew giving us true hops on the field today. Leading off the 5th for the Richmond Royals, second baseman 13, number 13, Kyle Muddy.
All right, Chase Oslin out there for his 3rd+ inning of work. Came in relief of our starting pitcher, Ben Sickler. Sickler went just 1 2/3 innings. Chopper to second. Schmitz will handle that one and toss it over, and the first out is top of the 5th. Kyle Moody is a ground out to second. Dusty Adams will step in. Adams had one of those precarious type of innings where you make 2 of the 3 outs in the inning. In the 4-run second inning for Richmond, he made the first out and the last out of the inning. Ball, and then Oslin tries to overthrow one there. Skips it in and falls behind 2-0. Adams, big cut there. Fouled it back to the screen. For Corey to Ridgewater for Dusty Adams. Oh, strike called there at the letters. Now that's a strike I wouldn't mind seeing called all game long. And a strikeout of Dusty Adams. So tough day at the plate for Adams.
Number 1, the center fielder, Carter Keeler.
Makes 3 outs in 3 innings. 2 in 1 inning, and now strikes out here in the 5th. And Thielen will step in. So 4 strikeouts now for Oslin since coming in relief. And 1 ball, 1 strike count to Carter Thielen, the center fielder. Strike call to Thielen. Got him buckled his knees there. Did Oslin. So pitch is high in the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Thielen was a strikeout victim. The first of back-to-back strikeouts. That one misses high in the strike zone there. A curveball that hangs up in the zone. So full count now to Carter Thielen. Curveball is chopped foul over towards the Richmond dugout. Looking down that left field line, I can't see if the bullpen is still active or if maybe that pitcher is hot and ready or if they're going to send Jokiel out. So another strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts in both the 3rd and now here in the 5th. 5 strikeouts in the last 3 innings for Oslin. And we are halfway through this ball game. And Hinckley Knights find themselves down by 4, but have hung 3 consecutive zeros. Has Chase Oslin trying to stay as close as they can. It looks like Jokiel is going to come out for another inning of work for Richmond here. We went through the top half of the bracket for you. Let's look down at the bottom half of the bracket. Brownton beats Gaylord. They'll take on the Isanti Redbirds. The Wilmer Royals all over the Clinton Cards today in our first game here at Miesville, 15-1. Wilmer will take on the Delano Athletics next Saturday night in Dundas. The Avon Lakers knock out Fairmont. They will take on the St. Martin Martins. Burbank Bombers with a big win over the Sartell Muskies. They will take on the St. Patrick Irish. Nisswa waits the winner of the game being played now over in Faribault, the Raymond Rockets and the Wanamingo Jacks. El Rosa, the Saints, were a winner over the Montgomery Mallards. They'll take on the New Ulm Brewers. Ada and Plato played. The winner of that one gets the Jordan Brewers. And Hutchinson was a winner over Kimball here on this field, and they will get Bluffton in the second round as those top seeds in each region get a bye into that second round of this tournament. And Trevor Johnson steps in. He takes a strike and then lifts one foul down the right field line.
18 down. All foul balls back to the concession stand. Thank you.
Another pitch in the dirt, I'm telling you. Luke Jokiel has absolutely put his catcher, Cole Schmidt, to the test today. Schmidt's going to have some bumps and bruises to show off after this one. That one just misses down in the zone. Trying to remember if I've seen this home plate umpire rise up and call anybody out on a strike yet. Almost all the strikeouts in my book are swinging, and there's another one there from Trevor Johnson. So the 3rd strikeout of the game, but 3rd in the last 3 innings, or 2 in the 3rd, if you will, for Luke Jokiel. And now he'll face Isaiah Haas. Haas 0 for 2, 2 ground outs. 1 to shortstop, 1 back to the pitcher, Jokela. Just 4 hits in the game for the Richmond Royals. Strike on the outside corner. Even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jokela misses up out of the zone. So really it was the wildness of the starting pitcher for Hinckley, Ben Sinkler, that helped build this lead for Richmond. And now a high fly ball out into right center field off the bat of Haas. Thielen goes over, almost overruns it. Has to reach back across his body, but does pull it in. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom half of inning number 5. So really the base on balls and the big error committed by the second baseman, Corey Schmidt, that opened up the opportunity for Richmond to jump out to a 6-0 lead, but now Chase Oslin has kept Richmond right intact and allowed Hinckley an opportunity to try to come back. They got a 2-run homer from Johnson to make it 6-2, and then they had the bases loaded last inning, and their leadoff hitter Max Sickler up, but Sickler popped out to second base to end the inning, and now a 2-out base knock from Corey Schmidt will get Sean Osmus up to the plate. So the umpire definitely does not give anything down in the zone here. A little groaning coming from these Richmond faithful here. They would like to see that strike zone expanded down just a little bit. That one misses down and away, so 3 balls and no strikes with TJ Johnson looming on deck. Johnson definitely does not get cheated on his cuts, and he's got a home run and a walk. Another short arm there from Jokela. 4 straight bad ones. And I think this might be it for Jokela. He got the first 2 outs of this inning, but then gave up a hard base hit to Corey Schmidt. And we'll see sauntering out to the mound, and it looks like we are going to bring in a relief pitcher, one of those drafted players from the Farming Flames. Looks like he's just waiting for the call here. See, this is a part of baseball that I think they can just do away with, but actually looks like we're not going to make the call to the pen. I thought that the manager was going to wait for the umpire to come out, but that relief pitcher has been warming up out in the bullpen for at least a couple innings, so he's got to be hot and ready to come in, but they're going to stay with Jokela here against TJ Johnson. Another short armor that bounced off of Schmitz, and the runners are going to get to move up a base. So finally, one of those short arm pitches by the pitcher Jokela squirts away from Schmitz. And hustling down to third base was Corey Schmidt. Now I think we're going to get a pinch runner potentially here. Out at second base for Osmus. Looks like number 22 coming out of the dugout. Zach Holla. Or is that 32? No, that's 22. I don't have a 32 listed. So Zach Holla is going to run for Osmus.
To run, number 32, Griffin Steele.
Guess I was looking at the wrong lineup here. I flip it over now. I see the 32 on there. It's Griffin Steele. Griffin Steele, youngster, no high school listed. That does open up first base here, and a strike on the outside corner.
Call that pitch all night.
1 ball, 1 strike to Johnson. Runners at second and third. Johnson, line drive, base hit into center field. The pinch runner Steele coming around third. Here's the throw to the plate, not handled by Schmitz. It's a 2-run RBI single for TJ Johnson, and we've got ourselves a 2-run ball game at 6-4. But Johnson just muscled that one out into center field. And an excellent move by the manager of the Hinckley Knights, getting some speed out there at second base. I don't think there's any way that Sean Osmus scores on that play, but the pinch runner, Griffin Steele, does score and cuts the lead down to just 2 at 6-4, and we got a pitching change coming. We'll have it for you when we come back to Jack Ruhr Field in Miesville after this timeout.
PrepSpotlight.tv made history in 2020 by live streaming every game of the Town Ball State Tournament. History is happening again. PrepSpotlight.tv has been great, but it's becoming greater. Introducing NSPN.tv. The Neighborhood Sports Network launches this week with end-to-end coverage of a fantastic Minnesota sports tradition, Town Ball. See every game for a new fan-friendly monthly fee. Join for Town Ball State Tournament games, then stay for the high school and college seasons. NSPN.tv will provide subscribers with an abundant supply of local sports content, featuring live events called by local play-by-play professionals, comprehensive highlights, featured stories, weekly shows, documentaries, and video podcasts. Welcome to the neighborhood. NSPN.tv.
So it'll be Adam Niebauer, pitcher from Wilmer High School and Concordia College in Moorhead. He pitches for the Farming Flames. Lucas Willis will step in. Willis walked in both of his at-bats. Niebauer, big right-hander, fires it in there for strike 1. So big, tall right-hander here, but doesn't really look like he's got a ton of pop on that fastball, so he must be kind of crafty. Runner goes. Fly ball out into left field. Backing up is the left fielder. It's going to get over his head. The runner was going on the pitch, and he is going to score. So Willis drives one over the head of the left fielder. It almost looked like it was just a routine fly ball when it left his bat. But the left fielder, Adams, just kept drifting back. It went off the base of the wall. By the time he played it, TJ Johnson was around third base. Came in to score. It's a run-scoring double for Willis. And suddenly we got ourselves a 6-5 ball game here at Jack Ruhr Field in Miesville, and still not done. That pitch somehow bounces off the glove of Schmitz. Up to third base will go Lucas Willis. So definitely crossed up there. These two don't play together during the regular season, so probably not all that big of a surprise that they might get crossed up, because that was called a strike to Jared Brennan, designated hitter here. 0 for 2 in the game. Flew out to center in the fourth, but after 2 are out here in the fifth, it's a single, a walk, a single, and a double. It plates 3 runs, and we got ourselves a 6-5 ball game There's a little extra pop coming from Niebauer. That misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tying run stands 90 feet away in Lucas Willis. Chopper down the third base line. It goes foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Niebauer will wait as Willis requests time to tie his shoes. Last thing you want to do is trip over your own shoelaces as the tying run coming from third base. Time is called. Very late time request there. A lot of bugs are flying around this field right now. We made mention of it during the pitching change break. If you look out over left field, you just see bugs swarming everywhere because we are surrounded by cornfield here in the outfield. Chopper to second. It's fielded out there on a hop and first, and they do get the base. Does hold toss. So they get Brennan to end the inning, but 3 runs for Hinckley. Cuts this one down to a 1-run game at 6-5. We'll come back after this timeout on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
He must play 40 years down deep ball. Hey Chase, keep coming. We're gonna get some more runs off these guys, I think.
16 Sean Husky is back in the game for Hinckley at first base. Now batting for Richmond, number 8, the shortstop, Adam Box.
Here's Adam Box stepping in. Richmond trying to figure out Chase Oslin here. Richmond has 4 hits on the board. All of them came in the second inning. Since Oslin has come in, no hits for Richmond. The only base runners, a 2-out walk in the 4th. Otherwise, Oslin is totally clean. 5 strikeouts for Oslin since coming on in relief of Ben Sickler. That's just the nature of this Class C tournament. You get to draft pitchers from teams that don't make the playoffs, and sometimes you can ride those pitchers. And in fact, last year it was Sobieski, the Skis, who drafted a player from Fort Ripley, a left-handed pitcher from Mankato State, who basically pitched them to a state championship. Fifth shot here from Box out towards second, and Schmidt goes back and puts that one away. 1 down, Box now 1 for 3. He had one of those 4 hits in the second inning, but it's Chase Oslin now to face Chase Alshire. Alshire walked, scored in the first, reached on an air and scored in the second, and grounded out to short in the third. But now here we are in the 6th, and this is the first time since that third inning that we've seen the leadoff hitter Chase Alshire. So clearly Chase Oslin is doing the job here, shutting down this Richmond offense and allowing his offense the opportunity, well, at least the Hinckley offense, it's not necessarily his over the course of the season, but for this weekend, it's his as he spins a curveball up at 2-0 and misses. So a 4-pitch walk coming to Alshire there. A little out of the ordinary for Chase Oslin there. He's been all over the strike zone. Just the one walk to Sam Holtoss. Cameron Miller steps in. Miller has scored 2 runs. So 4 runs out of the top 2 in the order. 5 in the top 3 as Cole Schmidt also has a run scored in the number 3 spot for Richmond. And a pitch inside for a ball to Miller. 5 pitches in a row now. Oslin missing the strike zone, so Oslin, the tall right-hander, certainly puts a lot into each pitch. Misses up with this one, so I think seeing that same thing, I'm watching as the Hinckley dugout has sent a pitcher down the line to start warming up. Oslin may be reaching his limit here. Curveball misses, so we talked about earlier when Oslin has needed a strike, he's been able to spin that curveball in there. But this time, and against Alshire, he misses with it. There's strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Miller. Richmond trying to figure it out here. That one misses down and in, so back-to-back walks, and I think they're probably going to try to tell that new pitcher down there warming up. It looks like another one of their drafted players. I think it's number 1, Damon Rademacher from Princeton, who might be warming up. Tanner Vogel from Ramsey is also available, but I thought I saw number 1 walking down the line, so that is Damon Rademacher, who is loosening up very quickly down that line as strike right down Broadway to Cole Schmitz. Here from Chase Oslin, but Oslin back-to-back walks. Really the first time he's faced any sort of jam situation. Just 1 base runner after coming in relief and getting Ben Sickler and Hinckley out of that 4-run inning for Richmond, but a swing and a miss by Cole Schmitz. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the count here to Schmitz. Oslin really still has some pop on that fastball, though. Missed that one low and away. 1-2. Schmitz gets a hanging breaking ball, but out in front of it and pulls it foul down that left field line. Oslin gives himself a tap on the chest to his catcher Johnson, saying, "That's on me. That's a bad spot to leave that pitch to a good hitter like Schmitz," but got away with that one. Schmitz turns another one around. This was a fastball right down the heart of the plate, so after dancing around the plate for the first 3 pitches to Schmitz, he's now left a couple right over the heart of the plate, and Schmitz has just yanked them both foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball played at third base. He's got to wait for the second baseman to get there and not in time. So Miller wins the race to the base. It was a ground ball to the third baseman, Haas. He had to shuffle and wait for the second baseman Schmitz to get to the bag, and hustling all the way Cameron Miller beats it out, so I think there's no choice but to give a base hit to Schmitz on that one. There's still 4 hits listed. I don't know how you can call that an error. Suppose you could rule it a fielder's choice, but really, Cameron Miller just beat the throw from Haas over to Schmidt. And now 2-ball, no strike count to Sam Holtas. And the reliever, Rademacher, just waved his hat down the right field line that says, I'm ready. You want to call me in, but they're going to let Oslin maybe finish this at-bat. He comes in with a strike to Holtas. Holtas has yet to have an official at-bat. He walked, was hit by a pitch, and walked in the 4th. So now with a 2-ball, 1-strike count, bases loaded here. And that pitch comes inside. Just misses off the inside corner. Oslin really wanted that pitch, but didn't get it. Holtas kind of jumped back away from that one. So 3-ball, 1-strike count to Holtas here. So with the bases loaded, he can really zone up on one. He does, lines it into left field, but it's right at the left fielder, Sickler. Sickler makes the catch, makes a strong throw home, but a good alert play by Chase Alshire to get back and tag up on that hard hit ball. A line drive off the bat of Sam Holtas. So still no official at-bats for Holtas, as he will get the sacrifice fly in the RBI. It's a run on the board for the Richmond Royals. They're going to walk out and have a discussion, even though the reliever down in the bullpen, Damon Rademacher, says he is ready to come in. They're going to let Chase Oslin pitch to Justin Schroeder, so maybe the manager for Hinckley went out and asked Oslin if he's got one more batter in him, and Oslin, obviously the answer is going to be yes, I have one more batter in me. Spins that curveball in for a strike. So 1 ball, or 1 no balls and 1 strike. 1 run in here. And a fly ball into shallow left field, giving chase to shortstop Brennan. Now the left fielder, Sickler, comes in and makes a sliding catch on the pop-up off the bat of Schroeder. So a bases loaded, 1-out situation turns into 1 run for Richmond. And after 5.5 innings of play, Richmond leads this one 7-5, and we'll come back to Jack Ruhr Field after this timeout.
And both subscriptions cover not only the MBA tournament games.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted.
They're going to stop sales.
To finish up. You're in the right spot.
All right.
Good start.
Yeah.
Or continue, I should say, shortly after the completion of this game.
So Hinckley, 2 in the second, 3 in the fifth, cut a 6-run deficit down to just 1, but 1 run for Richmond in the 6th has made this a 2-run game now at 7-5. And Adam Niebauer striking the outside corner to Isaiah Brennan. 7 batters came to the plate in that 3-run 5th inning for Hinckley. Slow roller out towards second. Goody is going to have to hurry, but he does. And gets Brennan hustling down the line, but short throw there from second base. So an easy out there. Max Sickler 0 for 3 in that leadoff spot for Sickler, Cambridge High School product, the blue jacket. Niebauer bounces that one in. Again, Niebauer, not overpowering stuff. Strike there. So Max Sickler maybe just looking to see a couple of pitches here from the new pitcher, Adam Niebauer. That one's off the outside part of the plate. Niebauer acted like he wanted that one, but that one was as far outside as any pitch that we've seen called a ball. Now that one's down and in, so Niebauer needs to compose himself here. When you're asking for pitches that are a good 4 to 6 inches off a home plate, that's going to take your concentration away, and he misses on the next 2. So not something that Niebauer or Richmond Royals wanted to see here. Walked the leadoff hitter Sickler, who had been 0 for 3 coming in, and now here's Trevor Johnson. 1 for 3 on the game for Johnson. Niebauer, a long hold of the ball. Curveball stays up high. So I think Niebauer is the type of pitcher that you might want to send up there one time through the order. Second time through, I think these Hinckley Knights might have an opportunity to time up that fastball. And once again, a batter a little bit frustrated with this strike zone that seems to be floating all over home plate.
As always, a big find to bring that foul ball back to the concession stand and it's a prize. Thank you for your help.
Runner went, and Trevor Johnson shot it foul, so I don't know if that was a hit and run situation. It would be probably not a great time to be hit and run right now, down by 2 runs, but maybe wanted to get something going. Sickler with a good lead, so Niebauer will toss over and get Niebauer back to the plate, or back to first base. Now focus on Trevor Johnson at home plate. Swing and a miss, so Johnson goes down to back-to-back strikeouts by Trevor Johnson, this time with a runner at first base. And
Third baseman, number 21,
Isaiah Haas, number 3 hitter in the order, 0 for 3, 2 groundouts and a fly out to center for Haas. Runner goes, throw down to second again is to the left field side, third base side of the bag, and Sickler has swiped the base here. Well, catcher Schmitz has really been worked over by the pitchers there, so I don't know how much he's got left in the tank to try to make those throws down to second base. It does get a runner out there into scoring position as Hinckley is trying to answer the run put on the board by Richmond. Off-speed pitch had Isaiah Haas flailing at that one. No balls and 2 strikes. Haas, youngster, off the plate there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, just what you might expect to see in town like Miesville. Semi-trucks full of corn pulling out of town. Lifted into right field. Miller gets underneath it. A tall, lanky right-hander reaches up and puts it away. So the walk and the stolen base is pitched around by Niebauer. 7-5 here as we look to head to the top half of inning number 7. Remember, fans, we've got the conclusion of a suspended game from Friday coming up here after this one. The Prior Lake Jays and the Miesville Mud Hens played 5 1/3 innings of play. We're in the top half of the 6th inning. Miesville leads it 6-1, but Prior Lake will have 2 outs and the bases loaded when we resume that game shortly after the end of this one. So you've got your subscription and you want to see more baseball, we have it for you after this one. I would assume that the games over at Dundas and Faribault may be done at that time. So with our new monthly subscription or annual subscription, that you can get all of the action on the Neighborhood Sports Network is available at the touch and the click of your mouse. Enjoy it right there in the comfort of your living room. Every pitch, every inning of the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournaments, Class A, B, and C, right here on the new NSPN.TV. And we got a good one brewing here. Richmond leading Hinckley 7-5. Again, all the fans getting restless with this mysterious moving strike zone from our home plate umpire. That one was no argument there. That was a good pitch at 0-1. That one misses low and away. Part of it is just don't really know where that strike zone is coming from, and we have yet to see a single batter get called out on strikes. Ricochets off the light pole there and comes back into play off the bat of Moody and stays alive at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oslin, curveball. Third base, good play over there at third by Haas. He steadies himself and fires it across the diamond. So they get Booty to start. 0 for 3 now for Booty. So still just 4 hits on the board. I'm not really sure how they scored that play by Cole Schmitz. They must have ruled it a fielder's choice, because you can't charge an error when a runner beats a fielder to the base. But still just 4 hits on the board for Richmond, but more importantly, 7 runs. And again, just a pitcher wondering where that pitch missed. So sometimes pitches that you would deem balls are called strikes, and those you think are going to be called strikes are called balls. You just, very frustrating for both the spectators, the coaches, the fans here, and the players about where the strike zone is. But sometimes you just got to play through it. That's what baseball, they're part of the game, the umpires are. There's a strike called. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Dusty Adams. Adams is 0 for 3. That one misses low. Another walk. Really, that's been the Achilles heel here of the pitching staffs for Hinckley. But tip your cap to Chase Oslin. He did one heck of a job. He came in for the starter, Ben Sickler, with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. Got Dusty Adams to pop out and then really shut down Richmond until he got into a little bit of trouble with the strike zone in the 6th. Walked the first 2 batters. One of them came around to score, and now after walking the second batter in the 7th, he's going to be replaced by Damon Rademacher, a draftee out of Princeton. And while he takes his warm-ups, we'll go ahead and take a break and come back to Miesville after this on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
PrepSpotlight.tv made history in 2020 by live streaming every game of the Town Ball State Tournament. History is happening again. PrepSpotlight.tv has been great, but it's becoming greater. Introducing NSPN.tv. The Neighborhood Sports Network launches this week with end-to-end coverage of a fantastic Minnesota sports tradition, Town Ball. See every game for a new fan-friendly monthly fee. Join for Town Ball State Tournament games, then stay for the high school and college seasons. NSPN.tv will provide subscribers with an abundant supply of local sports content, featuring live events called by local play-by-play professionals, comprehensive highlights, featured stories, weekly shows, documentaries, and video podcasts. Welcome to the neighborhood, NSPN.tv.
And so Damon Rademacher is announced as the new pitcher for Hinckley. All right, so the first pitch from Dylan Rademacher is high to Carter Thielen. Thielen 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts. Spins away from a curveball and it hooks in for a strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Trying to sell that pitch to be a ball was Carter Thielen, but our home plate umpire stayed steady on that one and called it a strike. Rademacher, Princeton High School, and then Gustavus Adolphus College, the Gusty. Curveball misses high. Really kind of a steady dose of curveballs from Rademacher here. Ground ball headed for the hole between short and third. It's knocked down by Brennan, but no play. For Carter Thielen with a base hit, the first hit of the game for Richmond since the 2nd inning of this one, and we are now in the top half of the 7th inning. Adam Bacchus will step in. Shortstop Bacchus, 1 for 3, singled and scored a run in the 4-run second. Really, that's kind of the difference in the game right now. Oh, he just stands there and lets that one hit him in the left buttocks. So another hit batsman.
Coming to the plate for the Richmond Royals.
And another free pass for Richmond. Chase Alshire will step in. That's 3 hit batsmen. Line drive down the right field line. That's going to fall in for a base hit. The runner at second base. Thielen didn't get a very good jump on that one. So Alshire hooked it down that right field line. Good job by Willis to get over and cut it off. So it's an RBI single for Alshire, but they had to hold up Thielen at third base. know if Thielen didn't get a good read on that one or not, but as deep as that ball was, Thielen probably should have scored on that. But it is an RBI single for Al Shire, and the lead is now 8-5 for Richmond. Rademacher reaches back for one here, and Miller chops it foul. So no balls and 2 strikes to Miller. Bases remain loaded here. Left-handed batter Miller. 1 for 2, walked twice, 2 runs scored. That pitch runs away from Miller. So 1-2 now. Again, the walk and the hit batsman have been the Achilles heel for Hinckley in this one. Miller just reaches out and stays alive. A little chopper back behind home plate. Eight walks and 3 hit batsmen. Miller again just sticks the bat out and stays alive on that backdoor breaking ball from Rademacher.
Foul balls to the concession stand. Don't forget to claim your prize.
1 ball and 2 strikes now to Miller. Reaches out and it's snared, and it's going to turn into a double play. So Schmidt snared that soft line drive off the bat of Miller, and he caught Bacchus too far off of second base. So with the shortstop Brennan covering, it's a P4, 4-6 double play. And just 1 run allowed, so 8-5 as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. And it looks like Niebauer is going to come out for another inning of work. As we talked about, this might be a time for Hinckley to time up on Niebauer, not overpowering, just tries to throw some off-speed pitch up there, and if you can time it, might be an opportunity to try to get back into this one. Single runs in the 6th and the 7th has rebuilt up the lead for Richmond at 8-5. Miesville. Well manicured, lots of volunteers needed to run this tournament. They're doing the same thing over in Dundas and Faribault. We've seen firsthand all of the work that's gone in to get these games in. Class B here yesterday and now Class C here today. 16 first-round games in the Class C tournament, 8 first-round games in Class B, so 8 games really at each field. Class A ball takes place down in the cities in St. Anthony. Those games were all available for you too here on the Neighborhood Sports Network as Corey Schmidt steps in, takes a ball. Schmidt 1 for 3. Scored one of the 3 runs in the 5th inning, and Rademacher finds the strike zone there at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schmidt, the second baseman, started that double play by snaring that soft line drive off the bat of Miller and alertly got it over to Brennan covered. Even got our fans kind of bantering back and forth about the mysterious moving strike zone, and now there's a swing and a miss by Schmidt. Might have gone after ball 3 there, but hard to know anymore. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chopper, Schmidt's going to have to hustle to try to beat this one out as a nice play is made by Niebauer off the mound. He had to shift gears quickly and get that on the first hop. If he doesn't get it on the first hop, I don't think they have any chance to get Corey Schmidt.
First baseman number 16, Sean Osmus.
And Sean Osmus will step in. 6 hits on the board for each team here, but really Hinckley has put their hits together. That's how they've gotten their runs. A single and a home run for their 2 runs, and then 2 singles and a triple. I'm sorry, a double in the 5th. Produced their 3 runs. Now Osmus gets behind in the count to Niebauer. No balls and 2 strikes. Niebauer from the windup. Changeup is foul down the third baseline. On 2 it stays. Niebauer really had Osmus out in front. That 0-2 offering as he really went off speed there. Maybe has him set up for something high in the zone. Ground ball to the shortstop. Scooped up nicely on the run by Bacchus. Tosses it over, so 2 ground ball outs here from the 4 and 5 hitters, and now they'll have to deal with the dangerous TJ Johnson, but love to see TJ Johnson come up with nobody on base because he has accounted for really all 5 of the runs. Driven in 4 and scored 1. Hard ground ball. Bacchus tries to grab it on the first hop and just really kind of whiffed on it. I think he was thinking about the throw before he fielded the ball. And never did field the ball. Air charged against the shortstop Bacchus here. Allows a base runner. So Niebauer has gotten 3 ground balls here in this infield, 2 for outs and 1 misplayed by his shortstop Bacchus for an error. Does give a base runner. So TJ Johnson has been on base all 4 times here for Hinckley. He's definitely been the hitting star in the game for the Knights. Willis also had a big RBI double in that 3-run 5th inning, but he was stranded at third base when Jared Brennan grounded out to second. So 8-5 now, 6 runs, 1 error for each team. Really goes off speed there. Niebauer almost laughing at the big swing that Willis put on that. He fouled it right to the glove of Schmitz, who held on, so no balls and 2 strikes. Niebauer has really thrown some off-speed pitches here in this bottom half of the 7th inning. Chopper to short. Bacchus is going to go to first with it. So 4 ground balls in that inning. 3 of them turned into outs, and 4, 5, and 6 hitters up and retired. Johnson did reach base on the air, but the 7-hitter Willis chopped it out to Bacchus at shortstop. And we are through 7 innings of play. Richmond, who one time saw their lead cut down to just 1 run, has built it back up to 3, and 2 more innings for Hinckley to try to get back into this one. So like I said, just 6 hits for Richmond, and I'm trying to look through where we may be looking at the offensive player of the game for Richmond. You got 2 runs scored by Chase Alsher. He actually has scored 3 runs, walked twice, reached on an error, scored 3 runs, does have 1 base hit. Cameron Miller scored 2 runs, walked twice, and a single. Cole Schmidt did have a big 2 RBI single in that opening inning, or in that 4-run inning, second for Richmond, but really since then, strikeout and a fielder's choice. So at this point, I would say Chase Alshire with 3 runs scored, 2 walks, and on base 4 times is probably somebody who you would look at for Richmond as the offensive player of the game. Good curveball coming from Rademacher there, spins it in for a strike against Cole Schmidt. So they're going to ask Rademacher to try to hold Richmond right here at 8 runs so that they can try to get back in it in their last 2 at-bats. And a good start here for Rademacher as he swinging strike. Another off-speed pitch to Smits. He lifts it foul, and it's just going to make it over the fence.
Turn around, take him to the concession stand, claim your prize.
Rademacher and Johnson both gave chase. But it just went over the fence. Out of play. We'll do it again at 0-2. Nothing but off-speed curveballs from Rademacher to Cole Schmitz here. Now he reaches back for something extra, and Schmitz sends it out to left field, but just got it out off the end of the bat. You could see how he just might have overstrode slightly there and got out on that front foot. So wasn't able to drive it deep enough to left field to get it over the head of Sickler, and Sickler camped underneath it and made the catch. So 1 away here in the 8th, and Sam Holthaus, who you can't necessarily say is the offensive player of the game because he hasn't done anything offensively, quote-unquote, officially. He walked in the first, hit by a pitch in the second, walked in the 4th, and then drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 6th. So 0-0-0-1 is how it's going to look in the box score, and it will be a curveball strike ticked off the glove of Johnson. I thought that one might have hit Holthaus, and our home plate umpire came up and called it a strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike now on that backdoor curveball, and that one gets in on the hands of Holthaus. So Rademacher really relies on that curveball here. He'll throw the fastball every now and again, but for the most part, it's been a heavy dose of breaking balls from Rademacher. Tries to get Holthaus maybe guessing breaking ball there, and misses it outside the zone. Chopper off of Holthaus's foot. We'll stay right here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rademacher works quickly. Tries another backdoor curveball. That one stays outside, so we're full now. 3-2 to Sam Holthaus. Throw him a strike, Rademacher. Let's see if Holthaus can put a ball in play here today. And it's a walk. 3rd walk of the game to go along with a hit by pitch from Holthaus. And it'll be Justin Schroeder.
Designated hitter, number 12, Justin Schroeder.
Schroeder has grounded into a double play, but then hit a big double to drive in a run in the 4-run second. Pitch misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Holthaus. Medium lead over at first. There's a curveball that catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schrader 1 for 4. Popped out to short and flown out to left. Double was down that right field line. Rademacher makes Schrader dance out of the way of that one. Really haven't seen much of a running game from the Richmond Royals here. One away, top half of the 8th. Rademacher again tries to spin a curveball in there and misses. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Again, it's been the free pass that has been the demise of Hinckley. 1 error on the board, but it was a costly one. It led to 4 runs. Fly ball into center field, and it's misplayed out there by the center fielder, Johnson. So he looked like he was just going to casually catch that one, and all of a sudden he realized, uh-oh, that's hit harder than I expected it to be, and it got over his head all the way to the wall. They held up Sam Holtas at third base. So a misplay by Johnson there. You can't really say the sun or anything caused a problem or an issue there. That was just a misread off of the bat by Johnson. He came a step in, and then all of a sudden went gulp. That ball might be going over my head, and he turned and had to chase it all the way back. So Brennan O'Brien is going to now run for Schrader at second. So runners at second and third. That won't go down as an error, but really it sure could, because that is a ball that a center fielder most definitely should catch. It wasn't hit all too bad. It wasn't a rocket ship by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly was not a lazy can of corn either. But really, if Johnson gets a good read on that one, he just takes a couple of steps back and should be able to put that one away. But instead, now it's runners at second and third, and Hinckley has to bring the infield in. Rademacher spins a curveball in. Kyle Booty 0 for 3, did walk in the second, but has popped out to first, grounded out to second, grounded out to third. So really it's his job to get the ball out of the infield here with a drawn-in infield. Runners at second and third. Rademacher looking in for the sign. Steps off and fakes a throw as the third baseman Haas started to retreat. A big lead over there at third by Holtas. So they want to just try to move him back a little bit just in case a ball would get away from the catcher Johnson. Here comes the squeeze play, and it's bunted foul by Booty. So 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a good time to put that play on. 1-0, and really Booty just tried to be too careful with it. With a suicide squeeze, all you want to do is get it down anywhere on the grass, and he, I think, tried to be a little too fine with that bunt down the first base line. But with a squeeze, not a forced play at home, all you got to do is put that ball down on the grass, and the run should score. Curveball rides away. 1 ball and 2 strikes now, so suicide squeeze probably definitely out of order now. 1 shot to do it there, but Booty still has a strike left in his hip pocket here. Infield is in for the Knights. They really need to cut off any more runs, and a swing. They're going to have to throw it down to first. They do get the tag on Booty. A big strikeout for Rademacher and the Knights there. Keeps runners at second and third. It'll bring up Dusty Adams. Adams is 0 for 3 on the game. Walked and scored in the 7th. Dusty Adams trying to pick up his teammate Kyle Booty. Rademacher will go from the windup here. That pitch misses down in the zone. First base is open here. Carter Thielen, 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts on deck, and a curveball coming right in on the hands of Dusty Adams, so he lets that one go. I think Adams was looking for that pitch in that spot. That one curled right across the heart of the plate. If Adams just drops the barrel of the bat on that one, he can probably pull that one into right field. They're going to check, and they're going to say no swing. 2 balls and 1 strike. Is trying to dance out of the way of that one was Dusty Adams, and
Maybe it hit him.
in doing so, pitcher Rademacher thought he might have offered at it. Another curveball breaking down and in on Adams. He can't time that one up. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2 away here. Again, 2 big runs out there for Richmond. They lead it by 3, but definitely would love to add a couple of more insurance runs here. They tried to suicide squeeze one in with Booty, and he just bunted it foul. Subsequently struck out. So now it's up to Dusty Adams with a 2-ball, 2-strike count to try to pick up these runners. And that one misses down and in. Full count here now, 3-2. Second baseman Schmitz is a good 2 steps out into the outfield grass in right. And a swing and a foul tip to the glove, and yes, they say that Johnson held onto it. So it's back-to-back strikeouts with runners at second and third, and 1 out for Damon Rademacher. So a couple of big strikeouts there to keep this deficit at just 3 runs. As we will head to the bottom half of the 8th inning, and we'll be back to Miesville after this timeout.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Hinckley Knights, number 10, the designated hitter, Jared Brennan.
All right, so Jared Brennan will lead things off. Hinckley down 3. Niebauer out for another inning of work here. Fastball pops the glove there, but misses up and away. Strike at the letters. Brennan didn't like that call. Again, we've seen a lot of reaction from balls and strikes calls in this one. Part of the game. Curveball is in there for strike 2. Brennan shakes his head again about that one. You can't let your emotions get the better of you here in these late innings. You just got to stay with it. That looked like a good pitch there. Niebauer goes upstairs with the 1-2 offering, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now, as the sun begins to slowly set here in Miesville over that left field fence. High fastball that Brennan's barely able to catch up with and stay alive back to the screen. Keep it here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hinckley needs base runners. They're down by 3. Curveball called, strike 3. Brennan did not like that bat in any way, shape, or form, but at this point of the contest, you can't put your at-bat in the hands of the umpires, especially if you believe that his strike zone has been inconsistent most of the day. You absolutely have to protect the plate there. You put your at-bat in that umpire's hands and you could get called strike 3 like we just saw right there. There's now a strike called against Brennan. Brennan's going to take a walkabout here as well, so Hinckley starting to show a little frustration here at the home plate umpire, and down by 3. You've got to keep your composure here. You let this umpire get in your head, and there's probably very little chance you're going to make a comeback. Swing and a miss, and now still showing some reaction is Brennan. He needs to just step out, take a deep breath, forget about those first 2 pitches, and focus in on this next one. Well, Brennan, a lot of gyrations here in the batter's box. He needs to just focus in on what he's doing here. Can't go up there expecting that you're going to get walked. If he misses with some pitches badly, sure, great, take your walk, but you got to go up there aggressive. I think as these later innings come, umpires feel like the game is in the hands of the batters, not the hands of them. And they want him to be up there swinging the bat. Brennan flies out to center field. 2 away here. He takes a long, hard look at the home plate umpire as he's taking his gloves off and heading back to the dugout. But fairly importantly here, as we head towards the 9th inning, Hinckley will have the heart of their order coming up as they've turned it over here to the top of the order. Sickler takes a curveball. Schmitz tries to backhand it. It's in the dirt and ricochets away, so we'll do it again here. The pitch misses off the outside corner, so 2-0. Now Niebauer starts to show a little reaction, but that pitch definitely was off the plate, at least from my vantage point. There's a strike at the letters on the outside corner. Sickler again didn't like that one, so just about a reaction either way on every pitch here. As we get to the later stages of this one, 3 balls and 1 strike. Again, Niebauer does not want to give free passes here, especially to the top of the order. And he misses high, so a walk again. Sickler walks for the 2nd consecutive time. Gives a base runner.
Hinckley Knights, catcher number 3, Trevor Johnson.
Trevor Johnson will come to the plate. Johnson needs to refocus here. He has struck out in each of his last 2 at-bats leading off the 5th. And then with 1 away and a runner at first base in the 6th. Niebauer spins a curveball outside. A ball, no strikes. Good lead for Sickler, but doesn't need to be going anywhere. Johnson takes a called strike in the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball misses outside. Well, for one of the first times today, the home plate umpire signals where that pitch misses. Since I'd rather see that umpire just let the players know, ball out. Just let everybody in the field know. Who cares about the people in the stands? There's a strike call. Johnson again, shaking his head after that one. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. to the number 2 hitter, Trevor Johnson, 1 for 4, singled in the third. He's got Max Sickler at first base. Base hit into right field. So Johnson just reached out and poked that one in the hole between second baseman Booty and the first baseman Holtoss, with Holtoss holding the runner on base. So suddenly, after 2 away in that bottom half of the 8th inning, the tying run is going to come to the plate here for the Hinckley Knights. Ball has not seemed to carry dramatically well here today, but have seen a ball that's hit hard enough does have the opportunity to get out of here or get up and over the head of an outfielder, and a curveball to Haas misses. Fastball up out of the zone. So Niebar a little tight here in this tough spot. There is a pitcher warming down in the bullpen for Richmond. Big cut there by Haas. Fouled it straight back and out of play.
Thank you for returning all foul balls to the concession stand.
2 balls, 1 strike here. Haas 0 for 4 on the day, grounded out twice and flown out twice. That pitch misses down. 3 balls and 1 strike, so maybe Hinckley, who's given up a number of free passes to Richmond, could be the beneficiary here in this inning. Fly ball out into shallow left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. It's played on a hop. Here comes the throw. It's going to go all the way through. Not nearly in time to get Max Sickler. So a soft little looping line drive out into left field off the bat of Isaiah Haas. And with 2 outs, little rally here for Hinckley, and they've cut the lead down to 1, or down to 2 at 8-6, 1 run in. And now they're going to bring in the base umpire to talk things over here. Not sure why the pitcher needs an escort to get back to the dugout. And we've seen some strange happenings on this baseball field today, and for the second time we've now seen a player disappear into the dugout. He left his glove. I guess that's what they're going to say, is he needed to go into the dugout maybe to get a Band-Aid for a blister or something, but obviously they do not want the pitcher to bring his glove into the dugout where he could put some sort of artificial substance on it. Really, spider tack is one of the things that helps you grip the baseball, and not necessarily something that an amateur baseball player hasn't done before, is to bring some spider tack out onto his glove or on his belt. But we're now back, ready for play. Niebauer, old chopper right back to Niebauer. He'll have to step and throw. It's more of a type of a lob. But on 1 pitch, Corey Schmidt grounds out back to the pitcher again. Consecutive at-bats that Corey Schmidt has grounded out. 1-3 on the putout. And we are through 8 innings of play. 8-6 is the lead for Richmond. Rademacher out there for 1 more inning of work. And let's take a break here and come back for the 9th inning after this timeout on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Leading off, the top of the 9th inning for the Richmond Royals, center fielder number 1, Carter Thielen.
And so Rademacher is out there, one more inning of work, trying to hold down Richmond to give Hinckley one last shot at coming back. They had runners at first and second, and their number 4 hitter, Corey Schmidt, up in the bottom of the 8th, but he grounded out right back to Niebauer. 2-ball, 2-strike count now to Carter Thielen. Thielen 1 for 4. Singleton flails at a curveball there and goes down swinging. So Rademacher has done a nice job since coming in here. Really, they've held Richmond down for the most part since they jumped out 6-0 in the second inning, but single runs in the 6th and the 7th right now are the difference in this game. And there's a strike to Adam Bacchus. Ball high, 1-1. Beautiful bunt laid down by Bacchus there. Right down that third base line, no play at all for Haas. So turn it over to the top of the order for Chase Elshire. 9 walks, 3 hit batsmen, and an error by Hinckley. Really kind of the difference in this game because only 8 hits on the board for the 8 runs for the Richmond Royals in this one. Strike called to Elshire. Time requested and asked as Rademacher held on to that ball. A little bit too long to keep Bacchus close there at first. Elshire turns on one and pulls it well foul down the right field line. High fastball to Elshire. At the barrel of the ball, barrel of the bat on that one, but well out in front of it and pulled it foul. No balls and 2 strikes now. Pulls another one down the line, and that's going to go fair. Roll into the corner. They're going to send Bacchus, the relay throw is not going to be in time. An excellent relay from the right fielder Willis to the cutoff man Schmitz, and he made a good throw home, but Bacchus just got too good of a jump and came around and scored. So a big insurance run for Richmond there off the bat of Chase Alshire. And now if you are looking for a player of the game offensively for Richmond, I think that may have just answered the question. 2 hits, on base 5 times, 3 runs scored, and now an RBI for Alshire. And a ground ball base hit into right field. Schmitz knocks it down. He gets up to a knee and throws it in, but Cameron Miller rolls a base hit into right field. Good play by the second baseman Schmitz to knock it down and hold Chase Alshire at keep Chase Alshire there at third base. Definitely don't want to give up any more runs here, but now first and third for Cole Schmitz. Schmitz lifts it out into left field. It's carrying out there deeper and making the catch right at the edge of the warning track is the left fielder Sickler, but that's plenty deep enough for a sacrifice fly RBI for Cole Schmitz. 4th run of the game scored by Chase Alshire, and it's now 10-6 for Richmond. So after seeing their 6-run lead cut down to just 1 at 6-5, Richmond has responded in kind. And 3rd RBI of the game for the catcher Cole Schmitz. They got that ball into second base to keep Cameron Miller there at first. But the run scored on the sac fly, and Sam Holtis steps in. Holtis has yet to record an official at-bat. 3 walks, a hit batter, and sacrifice fly to left field. So in that number 4 position, Holtis has not scored a run, did drive one in with that sacrifice fly. There's a curveball on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes now, 2 away here. Top half of the 9th inning. Hinckley down by 4. 1 shot left at it. And a swing and a miss. Swing and a foul tip to the glove of Johnson. So Holtus's 1 official at-bat will be a strikeout to end the top half of the 9th inning. But we are headed to the bottom half of inning number 9. We'll have it for you after this timeout on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Last shot time here for Hinckley. They find themselves down by 4 runs. 2 big insurance runs there in the top half of inning number 9. Chase Alshire scores his 4th run of this ball game. 4 of the 10 runs scored by Richmond have been scored by their leadoff man, Chase Alshire. And it'll be Osmus, TJ Johnson, and Lucas Willis due up in this one. Strike called to Osmus, and now fouls one back and out of play. So the Dumont Saints await the winner of this one. Right now, certainly in the grasp of the Richmond Royals. Swing and a miss on the off-speed offering by Niebauer. Niebauer has really kept these Hinckley Knights off balance. So that game against the Dumont is slated for Sunday, next Sunday at 1:30 down in Faribault. Johnson takes a pitch high. So TJ Johnson certainly has had a good game offensively for Hinckley. A 2-run home run, 2-run single, scored a couple of runs, drove in 4, but really just not enough offensive help for Johnson, and really too many free passes allowed by Hinckley pitching to really give the Knights an opportunity to come back and win this one. Big swing and a miss by TJ Johnson. You might see something really off speed here, but it's actually down low and in the dirt. With that big swing by TJ Johnson, it was a 3-1 fastball from the starting pitcher for Richmond that he turned around and took out of here. He's had a little bit less success against the off-speed stuff of Niebauer, but Niebauer tries to go hard there, down and low. Johnson doesn't chase. So it's a full count, 3-2 at this point. If you're Niebauer, go ahead and challenge Johnson. You don't want to put him on via the base on balls. And a pop-up foul, drifting over towards the first base dugout. Holthouse gives chase, but can't run it down as it goes out of play. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Try it again here. 1 away, bottom half of the 9th. Richmond 10, Hinckley 6. Ground ball off of Holthouse, or off of Niebauer, and he will chase it down, but Johnson will have his 3rd hit of the game. He's been on base all 5 times he's come to the plate. They were going to go out and see if Niebauer is okay, and he says, I'm just fine. He does ask maybe if he can get a pitch here to make sure that that ankle is okay. It takes 1 for him to decide in the affirmative. And Lucas Willis will step in.
Lucas Willis.
Willis walked twice, doubled, and then grounded out to short. Runner at first. Johnson, a hard single right back up the box. There's a called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right fielder, Lucas Willis. 10 hits for Richmond, 9 in the game for Hinckley now. 3 of those hits, though, belong to T.J. Johnson, so just 6 for the other 8 batters in the lineup. And Willis with a big cut and a miss there on the off-speed offering from Niebauer. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Richmond middle infielders at double play depth, hoping for a rollover ground ball here to finish this one off. It's a 4-run lead. Called strike 3. So Willis thought about going after that one, tried to hold up, but nonetheless, home plate umpire rose up and called strike 3, so it'll be up now to Jared Brennan, designated hitter 0 for 4, so between the 2 Brennans in the 8 and 9 spot in the order, they are 0 for 7 in this game. So with the last hopes resting on Jared and Isaiah Brennan, Hinckley needs to hope that fortunes change here in the bottom of the order with these 2. Runner at first. Really no reason for Niebauer to even be worried about Johnson over there. Let him steal second and third if he wants to. All of your focus right now needs to be on Jared Brennan, because he is the last out of the game that could allow the Richmond Royals to advance on in this tournament. A little lollipop curveball from Niebauer is in there for strike 1. Another soft breaking ball. Outside the zone. 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner. Shake of the head from Brennan, and Hinckley is down to their last strike here. Definitely want to guard the plate here if you're Jared Brennan, thinking that same thing. Good pitch there from Niebauer, really trying to get Jared Brennan to chase for strike 3. Doesn't. Curveball, that one just stays up high. So Jared Brennan puts his fate of the season for the Hinckley Knights in the hands of our home plate umpire, and is the beneficiary of a call, as we have seen the home plate umpire call that one a strike. Now a little looping liner, and reached up and making the catch is the shortstop Bacchus. And on the line out to the shortstop, that will do it for Hinckley in this one. This one goes final. The Richmond Royals survive. They get a early 6-run lead and hold off the Hinckley Knights to win this one 10-6. They get 4 runs scored from their leadoff batter, Chase Alshire. Get 3 RBIs from their catcher, Cole Schmidt. Good game at the plate for Cameron Miller. 2 hits and on base 4 times. And they get enough pitching between starting pitcher in this one and the player of the game is being asked to come over. They've given the player of the game to Chase Alshire, and let's listen in what he has to say.
Alshire of the Richmond Royals. You're 2 for 4, reached base 5 runs, 2 RBIs, and you scored 4 runs. How are you feeling now?
Pretty pumped. Somebody said that was the first time we won a state game in 24 years. So.
Well, that's impressive. Congratulations. Any other thoughts?
Nope.
Well, good luck in the rest of the tournament.
So Chase Alshire kind of breaking the news here that it's the first time that Richmond has won a state tournament game in 24 years. So hats off to the Richmond Royals for advancing into the next round of the tournament. They will get Dumont in the second round. So the top seed out of their region, Dumont, will take on Richmond in a second round state tournament game next Sunday in Faribault. And they will attempt to try to move on and advance in this tournament. So just enough out of Richmond. They got 9 walks, 3 hit batsmen, and a costly error by the second baseman for Hinckley, Corey Schmidt, that opened up the door for 4 second inning runs, and that is the difference in the game as Richmond wins it by 4. So another good one in the books. And if you are still interested, right here on the network, we've got the conclusion of a suspended game from Friday. The Prior Lake Jays are behind the Miesville Mud Hens 6-1. It's the top half of the 6th inning, 2 outs, and Prior Lake will have the bases loaded. So once they get this field prepped, we will have that conclusion of that game for you. So if you want to join us, go ahead and do that, but otherwise we certainly appreciate you joining in for the ball games today. This one in particular that just wrapped up, the Richmond Royals knock off the Hinckley Knights 10-6 here at Jack Ruhr Field in Miesville. So for our production crew back at the studio, camera person Lynn Osterman, this has been Ron Osterman on the call here from Jack Ruhr Field in Miesville. We bid you a tremendous Sunday evening.
Baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV. Welcome to the neighborhood. Now, let's get out to the ballpark.